Let's survey the life and teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, one of the most influential people in modern history. Such an iconic figure, with his holy man robes and stick. But who was he? Behind that guru-like image dwelt a clever, dedicated, and conscience-driven leader who championed passive resistance and civil rights, and continues to inspire global movements. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born in 1869 in Porbandar, India. From a middle-class family, he was raised with Hindu values, including non-violence and truth. As a young man, he went to London to study law and there began to cultivate his thoughts on social justice, influenced by Western philosophies, including those of Henry David Thoreau. Mohandas Gandhi proved to be a man of strong ethical convictions about equity, but his courage was far from merely theoretical, as he proved after relocating to South Africa. In 1900, during the Boer War, Gandhi volunteered to form a group of stretcher-bearers as the Natal Indian Ambulance Corps, and he organized their training and medical qualifications. At the Battle of Spion Kop, Gandhi and his men worked on the front line, ferrying the wounded to a distant field hospital. He and 37 others earned the Queen's South Africa Medal. Gandhi spent a total of 21 years in South Africa, working as a lawyer, developing his political and ethical views, and combating racism. Nelson Mandela later called him a hero. Yet Gandhi's core motivations were actually spiritual, not political, and sprang from his belief in teachings like satyagraha, or truth force, including nonviolent resistance to evil. By 1915, Gandhi had established an international reputation as a rights campaigner, Indian nationalist, and community organizer, and was begged by social reformers to return to India. Once he did, he dedicated the rest of his life to improving social justice and eventually to successful liberation from colonial rule without an American-style war of independence. Despite becoming a freedom warrior battling the British Empire, on visiting England, he received a hero's welcome from reformers, female workers, and even celebrity Charlie Chaplin. Though one of the first political figures to strategically exploit a mass media image, his speeches emphasized love, understanding, and compassion as tools for social change. Gandhi's greatest achievements include leading India's struggle for independence from British rule and campaigning for national brotherhood between Hindus and Muslims. His famous Salt March in 1930, a 240-mile trek to the Arabian Sea to produce salt in defiance of British law, demonstrated the surprising power of gentle civil disobedience. Through campaigns such as the Non-Cooperation and Quit India movements, he mobilized millions, uniting different castes and religious groups as never before. His approach not only highlighted the injustices of colonial rule, but also inspired global movements for civil rights and freedom, leading people everywhere to adopt his protest model. Gandhi's life was tragically cut short on January 30, 1948, by a nationalist assassin incensed by his efforts to foster peace between Hindus and Muslims. Over 1 million people joined his 5-mile-long funeral procession in India. Another million watched the procession pass by. Even in London, thousands converged at India House to mourn. His death was a profound loss for humankind, but his teachings continue to resonate around the world, with countless individuals and movements advocating peace, justice, and equality. Men and women of conscience and leaders from all walks of life are still inspired by his most famous maxim, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." This belief in personal responsibility and moral integrity became the cornerstone of his activism, leading to comparisons with pioneer Western philosopher activists such as Voltaire. Mahatma Gandhi also believed in the principle of ahimsa, or non-violence, and challenged the concept of revenge with, "An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind." Gandhi's teachings have stayed relevant, because of their simplicity, philosophical integrity, clarity which enables translation into any language, and the fact that he himself lived them. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others, helps us decouple from the compulsive and narrow human ego, and find true identity through giving, not taking. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Teaches the importance of cherishing both the now and the precious, ongoing pursuit of knowledge. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will, reminds us that, as Gandhi's own victories demonstrated, true resilience is internal, not external. Memorizing powerful yet economical maxims like these, even treating them as personal sutras, can help us daily embrace the power of service, lifelong learning, and inner strength. Perhaps Gandhi's greatest legacy as a teacher lies in his personal example, proof that true change begins within oneself, and that each individual has the potential to make a difference. For Mahatma Gandhi once rightly observed, "In a gentle way you can shake the world." As he did. A devout, bookish individual who, without bloodshed, defeated the mighty British Empire. How? By preaching non-violence and love, the most powerful agents of change. Another famous civil rights champion, Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., like Gandhi, an activist who was also martyred in a hate crime, said of Gandhi, "Christ gave us the goals and Mahatma Gandhi the tactics." Thank you for watching. If you found Gandhi's story and teachings inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more surveys of uplifting philosophies and icons of wisdom.
Mahatma Gandhi taught and lived the practice of benevolent action as a way of changing the world and ourselves. And you can find a practical benevolence exercise to try in our potentially empowering episode 14.